treasures. My name is Mary. I'm a full-time reseller on both eBay and Poshmark. So today I thought I would do a thrift haul with you of all the vintage things that I found at the Goodwill. Many people don't sell vintage. I guess maybe they figure that the stuff is not as in, it's not as fashionable, it's not the in trend, but it's actually quite the opposite. Many people still buy vintage items for many different reasons. Some of the reasons are simply it's something different, something that's well tailored, something that you can't find, a one-of-a-kind piece. And as we know in fashion, many styles kind of recycle over time. For example, for the last few years, boho's been in. Well, that's essentially 70s, right? The peasant and the bohemian style. Well, I enjoy selling vintage for simple reasons as it's pieces that no one else necessarily has. It's pieces that you can't find. This can include furs and dresses and jackets and jeans and accessories of all different types. So today we're going to have a Goodwill thrift haul, but it's going to be strictly nothing but vintage. So we're going to jump in and see what kind of cool stuff that I pick up. And I'll also kind of explain why I pick up certain things, why I think it'll sell. And as we know, oftentimes if you find a really good vintage piece, it could actually go for hundreds of dollars. So we're going to go ahead and get started. One of the first things that I like picking up is vintage bomber jackets. This one I love especially because it's distressed. This brand, there is no brand. It says it's a 40 and it's made in Korea, but it kind of has that aviator bomber style, really nice. I personally feel like the more distressed you can find, the better you'll get as far as the price. I think this is in excellent condition. I could easily probably get 80 bucks for this, so we'll kind of see when I look up the comps. Let me just double check and make sure there's not a brand inside. Nope, no brand inside. So I'll kind of look up similar comps and see what we'll price it at. Next is, you've probably seen in a lot of my other hauls, I pick up a lot of vintage hats. This is a Deborah hat, which is very common in the 80s. This one is perfect for derby. And when I speak of picking up vintage, I pick up all vintage. So Victorian age, all the way up to 90s fashion. So I kind of pick up anything that looks cool and different. This one is just kind of like a straw material, but it's in perfect condition. Next, as you probably saw in the clip before, is furs. I love furs. I love these capes and shawls. This one's in really good condition. It's lined in satin. Oftentimes when you'll find these furs, they will have some type of embroidered letters of the person that owned it. But you know what? That has not stopped people from buying this. So this is usually an easy $60 to $70. It's very lightweight. But guys, when you pick up furs, just make sure you check the creases because oftentimes there are rips and tears. Now I have restitched them when they're kind of a basic tear, but very complex tears, you have to take it to a furrier and the money cost just goes to the roof, so it's not worth picking up at that point. Another thing I pick up is 80s prom dresses. This is a really pretty color. It's a lace, has a big bow on the front, perfect condition, satin. This brand is, there is no brand, and oftentimes, oh no, I take that back, there is. Alfred Angelo. Actually, that's really good. You know, he sells a lot of wedding dresses. I'm assuming this was a bridesmaid dress maybe, but this will be a good thing to sell, especially because there's an actual brand name in there. And as we know, vintage, there's not always a brand and there's not always a size tag, so be prepared to make a lot of measurements. Good thing is on eBay, there are tons of fields for vintage, so you can just plug in your measurements and a person will kind of figure out if it'll fit them or not. Next, this is a 80s JCPenney's kind of a puff dress. I really got this because it kind of has the rockabilly flair here with the polka dot here. Really good shape, spaghetti straps, draped. Actually, there's a flaw here, and I don't know if this I don't know if you can see this, somebody tried to iron it, so I don't know. We'll have to see if we can still list this or not. But this is a size 9-10. So I'll look further on that. Sometimes at the bins, you don't always see the flaws until you get home. Then this is more of a 90s vibe, maybe late 80s. I sell a lot of Leslie Faye, kind of like the secretary type dresses. This one's pleated, has a really cool design, has buttons down the side, elastic waist. I especially like the plus sizes. These do really well. This is an 18. This probably had a belt at some point, but wasn't in the bins, but still a kind of cool find. Next is Zoom Zoom. This was 90s. This is like a velvet A-line dress, satin at the bottom. On the back, it kind of has this crisscross design. It's purple. It's a size 9-10. I just sold one of these dresses on Poshmark last month for about 80 bucks. That one was like a silver with kind of a puff flare out hem. But this is really nice because this can still be easily worn today without feeling like it's vintage, especially for the holiday season. So. And then I've showed you in other videos, I pick up a lot of vintage kids clothes. This is not a big brand, it's just rare editions. But anything like this at Christmas time, velvet, green, red with a collar, has a tie back. This is in really good shape. Probably won't get more than 30 bucks for it, but these have been selling really fast in the last couple weeks. Next is in 100% silk, which you guys know I love silk, is what looks like an original Papel Petite. So it's probably Adriana Papel when she first got started, but this really pretty, like Mother of the Bride, ruched. I don't know if you can see it, kind of has like an embossed flower design, a plunge V-neck, very elegant, very pretty. This is 100% silk, made in Hong Kong, and it's a size 12. So I would market this as Mother of the Bride, wedding, elegant, so you could get a number of different type of buyers. Next is, and I spoke about this in another video, I pick up a lot of beaded dresses and jackets and formal things like that, and this is a beaded gown. And as you can see, it has like a high split in the front. This is a size medium, it's 100% silk. Beautiful beading, sequin design, kind of almost like a wiggle pencil type of style. And once again, this will be great for the holiday season. Lauren's Kazar, so yeah, I sell a lot of that. And this is a size medium, yep. So don't pass up on beautiful gowns like this. Next is, I'm not 100% sure if this is vintage. This was in with the vintage stuff. This may be 90s, not sure, but I'll have to look it up. But it's another Mother of the Bride type of gown. It's brand new with tags, kind of like a beige. I'm pretty sure it's not vintage just because the tags look like Macy's. So I'll have to look it up. This is size 6. But once again, don't pass up on these beautiful formal gowns because people need these, especially like in New Year's, if someone's getting married, things like that. Now, I spoke about genuine fur coats, but guys, people buy faux fur just the same. This is Dennis Basso, and I'm very sure this is vintage. The tag looks really close to 90s, but it's like a faux fur brown zip coat. Sometimes the faux furs are kind of bad quality, but this one is actually kind of soft and nice. It's lined. This is a size, I'm not sure, but it looks like a large, so I'll have to look that up. So doesn't look like there's any pockets, but still, nice option to people that do not wear fur. Here's another example. This was almost like a snow leopard. This is Monterey Fashions, made in the US. This is clearly 70s. Another faux fur. This one is a little coarser. However, it's a unique look, right? Because, I mean, you don't see a whole lot of faux furs with this kind of snow leopard design. This is lined. I mean, the lining has somewhere, there's a little bit of discoloration towards the bottom here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but still, oh, and it has pockets. But this is a nice design, so I'll try to see if I can at least get around 75 bucks for that. Now, I'm sure I'm not going to say her name right, but I sell many bags and wallets of this brand. This is 70s. Etienne Agner, am I saying that right? I don't know. I know to pick it up, I just can't pronounce it. So this is a trench. I don't see very many of these oxblood burgundy, deep burgundy trenches. I usually find the 3/4 length jackets, the purses sell really well, especially if the emblem is bigger. The A is bigger than the tag. But this one I just think is really cool. This one has like these little metal detailing right here. It has tons of pockets, it's belted, it's fully lined. This is really nice. So don't pass up on this brand. And this style like this, I mean, granted it's 70s vibe, but it still has a really cool kind of funky design. So I think that'll sell really well as well. I showed you in one of the videos I just did a thrift haul for vintage Columbia puffer jackets. This one is another, this is called East West, it's a large. Any neon puffers like this be really good. These 90s vibes with these neon colors, especially if it has pockets. Looks like it's vintage. So I don't know that the brand is all that good, but the style is pretty good. And it's in great condition. Next is kind of an honorable mention. This is not a coat or a dress, but this is Windmere Boss, and this is a crimper. Do you guys remember in the 80s when we used to crimp our hair and it was crinkly, but yet it was cool, right? So I plugged this up. This works really good. People are still looking for vintage irons and things like this, so don't pass up on vintage hair care products, Conair soft rollers. I've sold those, things like that. People are still looking for those. Next is vintage, and there's no name, but it's just a little like bridal type of dress. It looks like a small, I see some staining, but you know, this will come out with soaking. Possibly a flower girl dress, but I think it's more of a size small women's. So I'll look this up. Really lightweight, so literally I probably paid less than $1 for this. Things like this will sell easily. Next I have just a Sassoon Paris, New York pink blazer. Blazers sell really well, and this has like a little black button here. But don't pass up on things like this, especially if it's a bright, bold color. People like suit jackets and things like that. This is just a vintage bonnet, and obviously I can advertise this as peasant, Amish, modest. People still pick up things like this as well. This is more 90s vibe, but it's so cute. I really should have got this on last summer and I just didn't get to it. But it's like a denim romper, as you can see here. And this is a size 6, as Alexander's Lee, and it has like a tie-back design, embroidered kind of vest, built-in vest, really cute stuff. Some of this I'll probably cross-post onto Depop as well. And then, like I said, I sell a lot of the secretary type thing. This is called Lenny, size 16. Polka dot. Guys, you can't go wrong with the classic prints like this. Matter of fact, if this was a different size, I would totally rock this. I love this, actually. It looks like you could actually put a belt with it as well. So, cool. Vintage polka dots. And then we get into the gowns, which I love vintage dresses and gowns. This is Roberta of California. This is a really good vintage brand. As you can see, it's this beautiful, almost like a Swiss dot. I thought they were hearts, but they're not. There's some staining in the front, but it's white. Bleach it and soak it, and obviously clean all that will come out. Other than that, it's in pretty good shape. This is a size, well, it doesn't say, but beautiful, right? I love vintage gowns. This is pretty cool too. 60s vibe, and you have the eyelet, almost like an eyelet sleeves, puff sleeves. It's yellow. Great shape. A little bit of a fall right here, but it looks like it'll come out. So, love stuff like this. All different decades. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a thing out in California, but I mean, the girlies in California love, love, love this vintage stuff. Love stuff. It's like the vintage dresses go to California predominantly, and the vintage purses seem to go to New York. I don't know, it's kind of funny. All right, so next is a very romantic type of look. It has a union tag. It says dry clean only, but there's no size, but it is absolutely beautiful. Blue lace. Could probably wear off the shoulders like this. Like, I can see somebody getting, like, I don't know, professional pictures done with something like this on. Absolutely beautiful. Love 60s stuff like that. Next is this beautiful pink chiffon type of dress. There's no brand, but it's a plus size. Really pretty. Look at the sleeves at the top. Actually, I take that back. I can see a tag through here. JCPenney. JCPenney, but it doesn't have the size, but this is definitely a plus size. It looks actually bigger than maybe a 20, so that is awesome, because oftentimes vintage dresses are clearly very little bitty girl dresses, lady dresses. So it's great to have some plus size in your closet or your store. This is super cool. This is, I believe, could be a wedding dress. I'm pretty sure it is, but it looks like 50s. It has this lace and this tulle, and it's really puffy, sweetheart neckline. It has these pretty little delicate flowers. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is just absolutely gorgeous. A lot of times you can tell, for those of us that sell vintage, you can tell a lot of times from the decade based on the tags, the hardware. As you can see, this one here, the metal, this definitely, and the zipper, this definitely feels 50s. So I'll have to look this up, kind of the style, but this is absolutely gorgeous. I would easily put 150 bucks at least for this. So next is kind of a more simpler look. This is like 80s two-piece, size 9-10. There's like a little blue mini dress. And then you have like, it's Dawn Joy Fashions. So yeah, I think I've sold this dress before. Not this dress, but more of like the romantic midi dress. And then it has a little jacket that matches it. So that's super cute. A lot of this stuff will definitely need to be listed during the spring. I mean, I know it's hot in California, and that's where a lot of the customers that buy the stuff's from, but I don't know. I think I'll probably wait until almost spring to start listing these. This is a size 10. Another beautiful romantic pink lace dress. Has a big bow at the back. Looks like it can easily, sit off your shoulders. And this is called Nationwide Gown. So I don't know, I'll have to look this up. I mean, it's probably a prom dress. And then here's another one. And if I remember correctly, this is the money maker right here. Gunny sacks. Guys, when you see gunny sacks, pick it up. Like every single one that I've sold has been at least $200, if not over. This one, I'm sure I could get more than 200. This is a size 11. And look how beautiful this is. It's like satin, spaghetti straps, full. It has all the tulle underneath. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And then here's the back. And I mean, it's tiered. Like, I love this. So yeah, literally all the tags are still on it, which is great. So gunny sacks, pick it up. Now, the 80s and the 90s gunny sack, I mean, it still does good, but if you guys get like the 70s and sometimes early 80s gunny sacks, big money, y'all, big money. Here's another similar type of gown. This one looks a little 60s, 70s as well. This also looks like another, yeah, it is another plus size gown, so that's awesome. This is a blue with a lace overlay, kind of a 3/4 sleeves, has a little slash belt with it. So yep, another really pretty gown. Next I have, this looks like gunny sacks too, but I don't think, no, it's not. It's a size 9. Another beautiful lace, off the shoulders gown, like pretty. And look, on this one, it has like little satin bows towards the end. This one too has like, the netting and everything underneath. And on the back, zips. It looks like this. Really pretty, has a little belt and the little bow details right here. Like, I don't know if you can see this. Did I just cover them? Oh, here it is, right here. I love this. This stuff's so pretty. And if you have a mannequin and you can display it really nice with excellent lighting, it is so elegant. It looks so pretty. So next is a 70s, kind of a 70s vibe. Something on there. It's a purple, just a basic, but it's long. And I kind of like the sleeves. It's kind of a cool design in the front, belted. This brand is not a brand. It is size 13, 14, so another bigger size, which is great. So, and then I have another kind of 90s vibe dress. And I know some of y'all are probably thinking gaudy, but y'all, gaudy and ugly and weird and different sells on eBay. There is a market for just about everything. And this is Mademoiselle. Kind of has this cut out in the back. This too looks like a plus size. And it is, no, it's just a large. And it's real stretchy, so maybe it's meant to be kind of an oversized fit. And this is just a quick thing, vintage belts. I sell vintage belts, hair accessories, those sell. Little bitty kids, things like this. They weigh almost nothing at the bins, y'all. See, little pretty stuff. Sometimes I'll lock these up, sometimes I'll sell them by themselves. Maybe somebody hand knit these, but they sell. People buy them. We're almost to the end, so thank you for sticking with me here. This, I'll have to look up the tags. This is looking like 40s, maybe. 30s. I don't know, this is even older. This is called Bess, and I'm not sure the last name here. Tyerson? I'm not sure. By Natalin, New York. It says tall, but really pretty embroidered dress. Really pretty. Has these big button details like short cap sleeves. This is really nice. Somebody took a lot of time to do this embroidered. I'll have to look up this brand. Something tells me this has some value. And then it has metal zipper on the side. But yeah, really pretty. I don't pick up too much 90s fashion, but every once in a while when it's super over the top, that's when I pick it up. And this is just a white denim, heavily embellished, like over the top jacket, oversized. As you can see, it has a lot going on. And it's called Designs Unlimited Los Angeles. And it has pockets. And last but not least is North Frontier America. This is a 2X suede men's jacket. I looked up comps at the Goodwill. This goes for pretty good money. It looks like this on the back. It's lined. Any vintage suede like this does really well. Has pockets. Oh yeah, definitely a men's. Has an inside pocket here as well. And it says it's lamb. So that'll go for even more because it's an even nicer quality of leather. So I think that is everything that we went through today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned some valuable tips on getting vintage. Do not pass it up. Not everything that's vintage is considered old or from your grandma's closet. There's actually a lot of value and a lot of style in a lot of the older things that we looked at today. So I'll see you next time at the next video. Bye.